Yo, chumleys. Back once again with the Renegade Master. Hello. We're back for Formula X Season 3, Round 2. We're at Spa, Belgium, Spa. Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for another cracking race in the Red Bull standards. Dressed up like Formula 1 cars for the Formula X Championship. Okay, let's get into this business then. What's the brief say? A GT racer returns to the series after racing for McLaren in Season 2 and will take Digweed's seat in Red Bull for the remainder of the season. I've already told you we're at Spa for 29 laps. The in-game setting is at 12 o'clock fine weather. And I better get a pen because I've got to jot down what the tyre companies are doing. We have a tyre war here in this series. Oh look, they're all big Sharpies. Is that a pen? We'll give it a go. See, I want to write on something I didn't really want to write on, but I can write on it anyway because that's how much I care about this series. It's just my kids' homework. Does it matter? I'll probably get an A. So the Bridgestones, which the teams that run Bridgestones are Red Bull, Alpine, Ferrari and McLaren, will be on the softs, and the medium tyres will be available to those Bridgestone runners. And the Michelin tyre company that supply Williams, Aston Martin and Mercedes will be on the softs, and they've got the hard-ons. So that will bring in a lot of strategy for those teams. You must use the 2 tyre compounds of your tyre supplier at some point during the race. And the grid, which will be set up at past. We will be good to go racing at 8:30 UK time. So if you look up at the clock, you'll see what the time difference is in your country. The grid, because Dawes didn't race in round 1, he will start 12th as randomly drawn prior to that race. So let me tell you what the grid will be, who they are, who they're racing for. Alright, let's have a look at Wolfbane in his McLaren. Lovely Gulf livery on that McLaren. Sorry, I've got a little bit of windy pops. So, starting on pole will be Pat for Aston Martin, and they use the Michelins. GT Racer will be starting second on the grid in his Red Bull with the Bridgestone tyres. In third will be a Jar Jar in the Williams on the Michelins. In fourth will be Daz in the McLaren on the Bridgestones. In fifth we'll have Digital Blasphemy in the Mercedes on the Michelins. We have Supra starting 6th in a Ferrari on the Bridgestones. Cthulhu is 7th for a Red Bull using the Bridgestones. In 8th we have Noxie in an Aston Martin with using Michelin's. 9th will be Wolfbane in his McLaren using the Bridgestones. Alexis Maximus starting 10th in his Mercedes using Michelin's. Jam will be starting 11th in the Alpine on the Bridgestones. Dawes will be starting 12th, also in an Alpine on Bridgestones. Paleshi will be 13th in a Ferrari, starting on Bridgestones. And we don't have Matt Psycho, I believe, this week, because he's got a clash. He's got some yoga to do. 8 minutes to the race. So Matt Psycho having to do a little bit of Pilates this week, so unable to make it for Williams. And I think I've got a message somewhere telling me who's replacing him, because I've got a memory like a sieve. Here we go. The grid tonight. Matt can't race, so Jim might be racing if he can get back in time. And GT Racer replaces Digweed for the rest of the season at Red Bull, like I already said. And rumour has it we have a a father-son combo out there with a Jar Jar and a GT Racer. I don't know which way round it is, hang on. GT is a Jar Jar's father. So, GT Racer, I am your father. Yes, so that'll be an interesting to see them go up against each other. Let's have a look through the grid so you can see how lush these cars are. I'll look for the tables while we're looking through the grids, because the tables will be somewhere in the Discord. I promise you, I will find them. Hang on, that wasn't it. Oh no, league details, livery, driver market, race day procedure sheet. I told you loads of stuff in race 1 about how the whole thing works. I read all the bumps, and it takes about 10 minutes. I can't do it every week. So if you want to find out how the whole Formula X thing works, then have a look back at race 1, round 1, sorry, of season 3, and I will give you, I did give you the whole spiel then. So the table, Pat in the chat saying that's going to be a one hell of a team order, being told to move aside by your dad. I don't even think they're in the same team, are they? Hang on, let me have a look. Oh, that's the table. No, because GT is going to be driving for Red Bull, and Jar Jar drives for Williams. So yes, it's an interesting combo there when they come across each other on track. So the table so far after one round is Matt Psycho sitting aloft the top. That's probably why he's off this week. He just couldn't take it after the win. Had to have a sit down for over a week. So Matt Psycho in his Williams at the top of the table with 26 points. Alexis Maximus second in his Mercedes on 22 points. Jam sitting third in the Alpine on 20 points, with Digital Blasphemy fourth for Mercedes on 18 points. Wolfbane in fifth for the McLaren on 15 points, with Supra sixth in the Ferrari with 12 points. Jar Jar is 7th for Williams on 10 points, and Noxie is in 8th for Aston Martin on 8 points. Pat Orsh is 9th for Aston Martin with 6 points. Cthulhu, the reigning champion, is in 10th for Red Bull on 5 points. Daz 11th for McLaren on 4 points. Paleshi is 12th for Ferrari on 3 points. Digweed, he's 13th for Red Bull with 2 points, and Dawes did not make it last week for Alpine, so he is sitting 14th on 0 points so far. But I'm guessing he'll be ahead of Digweed after this week. Okay, so the constructors. Mercedes sitting at the top, no surprise there. On 40 points, with Williams in second on 36 points. Alpine is third on 20 points. McLaren fourth on 19 points. Ferrari fifth on 15 points. Aston Martin sixth on 14 points. And Red Bull seventh on 7 points. Everything to play for there. The table's so tight still that anyone can make a large leap in this. Pat saying, oh yeah, wasn't properly tuned in and listening just yet. Don't tune in and don't listen, Pat. Concentrate on your race. You don't want to listen to a nutter like me jibber jabbering for an hour. I think the races take about an hour. We're doing 29 laps, aren't we? That's what I did say. Here at Spa for round 2. And what an interesting race we have got coming up. Let's have a look through the grid. And I think after round 2, they get to do some they get some points to start doing a little bit of changing of things. Card, let me think, hang on. They get to do, you know, when the teams start going forward and making things work. Woo, there goes Alexis having a bit of fly through that corner. So Alexis Maximus out there giving his Mercedes a bit of a warm-up. He's using the soft tyres at the moment. Jar Jar in the Williams. I must say, whoever made that Williams livery, hats off to them, because it is absolutely cracking. It really does lend itself to these Red Bull standards. and it works extremely well. So cracking livery there for those who ever made that. It's really nice. I really like it. And then Supra in the Ferrari, we can see bombing around. Paleshi, the other Ferrari, following him. Cthulhu in the Red Bull. Digital Blasphemy in the Mercedes. And GT Racer in the other Red Bull on his way around. Jim stepping into the fray for Matt in the Red Bull. Dawes is out there in his Mercedes. No, sorry, Alpine. So look greyish from this point. So yeah, Alpine, sorry. So there is the Alpine of Dawes, and the other guys are in the pits. We've got 2 minutes until we start racing. Let me have a little sip of my energy drink that I shall not say the name because it sounds like I am being favoritism to someone out there. Oof. And I've got to say, Alexis and Maximus and Cthulhu, well, I'd say they should be like bouncing after the F1 race. No spoilers. I know some people wait for the highlights, but I've got to say, Alonso, he just raced well. It's nothing about positions. It's just the racing that Alonso displayed today was magical, absolutely magical. So, but then I suppose they could be a bit disappointed with Carlos. No spoilers. There's no positions. I've told you no positions. But yes, Alonso was one to watch. And Jam is asking if we are ready. I don't know if you guys in the YouTube world are ready, but I am going to speak on your behalf and say for ready. A bunch of them, they like their Y's in this group, and I can understand that because Y stands for yes. But Pat's just not quite ready. He wants a couple of seconds. What's he up to, do you think? Getting himself a little drink, sorting his drink bottle out. There we see Jam. He looks like he's going to try and start this race on those mediums in the Alpine. Daz in the other McLaren. Softs. Noxie in the Aston Martin. Pat's just going out there on the hard tyre. Pat starting on the hard tyre, and he's on pole. The final has started. So, yes, Pat being a very brave boy on pole position with the hard tyre. Interesting stuff. Mama Syke saying evening one and all. Hi thingy, see? You should have driven Mama Sykes instead of Matty Boy. And yes, there you can see the grid that I told you already is there. It is right, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Let me get rid of those, and then let's watch this start with Pat on pole and GT Racer alongside him in the Red Bull. And we have got 29 laps of juicy goodness coming up, and it's go, go, go. With Pat trying his hardest to get off the line, but those hard tyres, he's going to be swallowed up by Lasurs. Already GT Racer finding his way by. When Pat is holding on to that second place ahead of the Mercedes of Digital Blasphemy, the Ferrari of Supra, having a look early doors, the Supra on softs, Digital Blasphemy on softs also as they make their way through all the roofs. They're all coming through. What a cracker. What a cracker. Cracking stuff then. They all made it so far. And GT Racer out there on top of the pile, very close from Pat in his Aston Martin. Then Mercedes in third place, and oh no, we've lost Alexis Maximus. Alexis Maximus goes flying off of the track. I can't even see him. And Jim trying to get back on the track at the moment. And where is Alexis Maximus in the Mercedes? Oh my word. GT Racer though in the Red Bull, absolutely flying on his soft tyres. They are the Bridgestones, and he will have to put the mediums on at some point. Pat on those Michelins, already getting rid of the hards. Early doors, but Digital Blasphemy trying to find a way by. There is no way by. This is cracking driving from Pat, but Pat's off the road. Oh my word, Pat's off the, wow. Pat's off the road, and he's scrambling to try and get back on. Meanwhile, GT Racers found about 3.6 seconds ahead of Digital Blasphemy, whilst they were all stuck behind the hard tyres of the Aston Martin. Catula in third in his Red Bull. He's come through, hasn't he? Supra in fourth with Paleshi in fifth. Daz is sixth with Jar Jar in seventh in the Williams. Jam in eighth with that Alpine. And then Wolfbane in his McLaren in ninth place. 10th for Jim in the Williams. He's just gained a position on Wolfbane. And oh my lord, there's all sorts of things happening in the chicane. My word, I don't know what. Let's have a look. Who was at the back? It's got to be Dawes, hasn't it? Let's have a quick look what happened to Dawes in that chicane. He was following Alexis Maxwell. Maybe it wasn't Dawes in the chicane then, as he follows him through. But we'll get to see what is happening. It doesn't look like anything. There's a yellow flag there. I can't see. It might be Pat. No, it's all cleared. So unsure what's happened in that chicane. I'm sure I saw a car standing still. But Dawes at the back and GT Racer at the front. 2.8 seconds now. Digital Blasphemy bringing in about a second on GT Racer at the moment. Supra following him for all he is worth. Let's get in car with Supra as we follow the Mercedes around. Sitting in third in the Ferrari. Daz is in fourth place, with Paleshi in the other Ferrari fifth, Jam in the Alpine in sixth, Wolfbane in the McLaren in seventh, and Jar Jar in the other Williams, I believe, in eighth position. Mama Sykes says, I wish. I heard you're a better driver than Matt, Mama Sykes, but, you know, that's just rumour. Just rumour. So GT Racer leading from Digital Blasphemy, Supra. Then we've got Daz in the McLaren. Great showing there from Landaz in fourth, Paleshi in fifth in his Ferrari. It's spacing out a little bit now with Jam down in sixth, Wolfbane in seventh in the second, and McLaren. Noxie, Noxie's got a queue of cars behind him in his Aston Martin. He's got a Williams and a Catula. Oh, it looks like Jar Jar having a look in the chicane, but it's around the outside and that's nothing going there. And Noxie maintaining that eighth, and Catula getting by Jar Jar whilst Jar Jar was offline trying to make a move on Noxie. Cracking stuff here. Alexis Maximus has caught the gang up again in his Mercedes. He's looking down the inside of Jar Jar, but there's nothing going at the source. Dawes in 12th, Jim is in 13th in the Williams, and Pat, them hard tyres, has struggled to keep that car planted, and he's gone in, he's going in, he's done his hards, and now he can just keep with the softs all the way to the end. Great strategy from Pat. GT Racer 2.3 seconds ahead in his Red Bull from a Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy, we saw it win the Super Cups. He's got the orange helmet for the marshals of the track, all the orange army. And what they do after the tragedy of Brands Hatch, Supra there is holding that third, but he slipped a little bit away from Digital Blasphemy. The top three all on the soft tyres, as is Daz. Paleshi in fifth in the Ferrari, also on the soft tyres. Jam, he's risked it with the mediums and it's worked for him. It really has. In his Alpine, he's come through the field. Car 7, he's getting his medium run out of the way early doors, and he's in a great position. And also Wolfbane, the Michelin runner on the, oh no, Bridgestone runner, this it's the Bridgestones that are using the medium, sorry. So the Bridgestone runner also getting his medium run out early doors. Catulu in 8th position in the Red Bull, only a second ahead of the Aston Martin of Noxie, and he's got Jar Jar behind him. So yeah, Catula did get past Noxie somewhere along the way. We missed it, I apologise. Noxie down into 9th, Jar Jar right up. Noxie's chuff at the moment. Let's sit on board with Jar Jar as he makes his way around, tries to grab a toe. These cars, they lose all downforce when you're following someone. So going through a rouge is going to be quite scary. You can see he's really having to yank on that wheel to get through. but he's now getting a lovely toe without a corner. He's right there on Noxie. He's pulling out for the move. Let's get an exterior shot. Oh no, he's tucked in behind, under braking. Did not fancy that move. But Katula is getting away ahead now. So, oh, Jar Jar is ahead. Sorry, Noxie. Now we've got movement behind then. Dawes has got himself ahead of Alexis and Maximus, but these two are hot in a battle. The Mercedes against the Alpine, and now Alexis Maximus back ahead of Dawes, who's representing the Amigos Racing team here. Let's have a look, see if his helmet has anything to do with Amigos. Oh no, it's a Red Bull helmet. Oh, Alpine will be sacking him. Absolutely splitter, they'd be saying. So GT Racer, oh my lord, Digital Blasphemy has caught him up. Is he going to go for the double win today, Digital Blasphemy? He won the support race, and now he's looking to get a move done on a GT Racer in that Red Bull number 9 car. And GT Racer under a lot of pressure, and while they race each other, Daz is closing up on them also. Supra in 4th, Peleschi for Ferrari in 5th, Jam still holding on to that 6th in the medium tyres, Wolfbane in the McLaren also on the medium tyres, but Katula catching him up very fastly indeed. We're already on lap 5, that's how fast these cars go. And there you see Katula now closing in on Wolfbane's McLaren. Jar Jar in 9th ahead of the Aston Martin of Noxie. 11th for Alexis Maximus. He was racing with Dawes, but now he's 3 seconds ahead of Dawes. Dawes losing a little bit of time. Jim in 13th, and Pat getting that pit stop out the way early Dawes. It's going to be weird with someone driving with the name Dawes. Early days, we'll say, for Pat. And now he has got a clean run all the way on those mediums for Michelin. GT Racer still maintaining the lead though from Digital Blasphemy in his Red Bull. Will this be a Red Bull's day? We will have to see. We've got a lot of racing to go ahead first. We've still got 24 laps here at Spa-Francorchamps. And Digital Blasphemy, oh, I thought he was having a look up the inside. Daz is not too far behind. Was Supra not up there? Supra seems to have lost a couple of positions. So Supra, I believe he was in 3rd, and now he's dropped back to 5th. That's how easy it is here. One small mistake and the field is so tight that you will fall back quite a way. I didn't even do a mic check, I don't think. Hang on, let me see, you can hear me. Peter picked, Piper picked pepper, pots and yeah, you can hear me. So there you saw Digital Blasphemy, and oh no, GT Racers scrubbed the wall. Digital Blasphemy's moved up into the lead with GT Racer holding on to that 2nd, but Daz is having a look. Come on, Daz the man. Landaz, oh, GT Racer too heavy on that accelerator. He's gone to meet another wall, and now the Ferrari is through, the 2nd Ferrari coming through, and the Red Bull dropping down to 5th position. It really, in real life and the esports life, the Red Bull, it's just not going well for him. Digital Blasphemy then leading the way. No spoilers, sorry. Digital Blasphemy leading the way from the McLaren. Landaz is doing a job and a half with Peleschi holding that 3rd place ahead of Supra. Great work from the Ferrari. This will be brilliant for their constructors if they can maintain. You can see the tyre wear on Supra a little bit worse than Peleschi right now. GT Racer getting himself back under control after a real ropey lap for him, and he's got to just get his head clear, forget about those past traumas, and just crack on with what is ahead of him. And there we see Jam in the medium tyres. There's barely anywhere on those tyres. He's going to run out of fuel before he runs out of tread. And Wolfbane edging closer now to Jam, only half a second. He's got those mediums working well for him. He's cooked them up nice to a lovely temperature. They're lovely and sticky, and now he's catching up on the Jam. Shall we have a look inside the McLaren as we chase down the Alpine of Jam? And there we see Wolfbane, a lovely helmet. Hey, it's a little bit like Matt Psycho's colours, the Sick Children's Trust of Wolfbane. I don't know if it is the Sick Children's Trust, but I always like to get them mentioned when I can. And I'll have a look in a minute. I know there is a GoFundMe page for the Marshall's family from Brands Hatch this weekend. Oh, we've got an off. It's not Daz. Oh my word, it's Daz. Oh my gosh, and I've pressed that and ruined my in-car thing. So, oh, poor Daz. I don't know if he was a little heavy on the accelerator or what. He's following Digital Blasphemy in second place as he comes around the chicane, and yes, oh my lords, it's that final corner. It's a real monster. You've just got to tiptoe around the bad boy, and that is how Daz lost second place. So now we've got a Ferrari 2-3, cracking stuff, and Digital Blasphemy 2.5 second lead. The man is on fire. He can't slow down. So Digital Blasphemy leads from Pelesci and Supra working together as a unit, and GT Racer coming back at these guys. And the soft tyres are holding up. The fuel is not, though. The fuel really dropping quickly. They're all on about a quarter of a tank of fuel. Jam is up into 5th place on those mediums. This race really coming to the Alpine driver right now, with Wolfbane in 6th spot with the McLaren, and Cotula in 7th ahead of the Williams of Jar Jar. But Jar Jar only just over a second behind Cotula, is barely anything in these Red Bull standards. Noxie is nearly 3 seconds behind Jar Jar, and he's 1.5 seconds ahead of the McLaren in his Aston Martin. And don't forget something, they've got to use 2 different compounds. And Jazz in 10th place. He'll be kicking himself, but he's just got to shake it off and crack on. Alexis and Maximus in 11th place. He's really pulled away from Dawes, but Jim has caught up. Dawes, Jim just jumping into the fray, and he's having to get up to speed with these cars, which is no easy feat, I can tell you, Pat. 30 seconds off of the pack, and Daz has gone in. Daz has gone into the pit lane. He's gone into the pit lane to make a change, and Digital Blasphemy 2.5 seconds ahead of the Ferrari of Pelesci. He did a 52.6 his last time around, with Pelesci doing a 52.7. Nothing in it in lap time wise. Supra a 53.6. He's got a bit of a shake on there at the moment. He's only got the Red Bull a second, 1.3 seconds behind him, and Jam closing in as well with those medium tyres. The medium tyres coming to life now on lap 8 of 29 here at Spa. Wolfbane following Jam through. A lovely tidy drive from Wolfbane for CSL. I'll have to ask him what that means off stream at some point. And Cotula in 7 for Red Bull. He's the lead Red Bull now. Oh no, GT Racer is. Sorry, I apologise. GT Racer in 4th, the lead Red Bull car. The other one in 7th, trying to hold off his GT Racer's dad, Jar Jar. Or is it the other way around? I forget. I think GT Racer is Jar Jar's dad. Possibly. So Jar Jar there, 6/10 behind Cthulhu at the moment. Noxie just behind those guys. Noxie's got no stress from behind him. He's got a 14-second gap back to Alexis and Maximus. Alexis and Maximus tyres not looking happy at the moment. Dawes in 11th. Oh, the fight between Dawes and Jim continues on. Let's get on board with Jim and get proper on board, sorry, with the Jim as he chases Dawes down. This is a cracking little battle on track between the Williams and the Alpine. Jim trying to slow that car down, not to go up to the back of the Alpine. And meantime, he's got overtaken by Daz after Daz's pit stop. So Daz out there, pitted and now overtaking. What did Daz go for? Oh God, hang on. Daz went for the soft tyre again. So lovely fresh rubber out there for Daz as he makes a move on Dawes. Can he make it stick? It's going to be tight between the two of them. And no, and now Jim's having a look up the inside of Daz. But all stays the same, and now Dawes having to get on the inside of Lasource just to protect his line from the flying Daz at the moment. Alexis Maximus is into the pits. I saw someone else pitting as well, so we'll have a run through, even though we've got a lovely three-way battle here between McLaren Alpine and Williams as they come through Eau Rouge. And yes, wow, what a sight that is to behold. And what a cracking race these guys are having. But we've got to have a look through, because we know we've had a couple of pit stops, and we'll see how they shake out. And there you go, Daz trying to go around the outside in the chicane, and now he's done it. Beautiful stuff from Daz. He's on it. He's been supping that Gulf oil. So Digital Blasphemy leading by 4.6 seconds. Paleshi still holding that second place ahead of Supra as they come round to complete lap 9, but it looks like Supra and Paleshi both going into the pits. Digital Blasphemy staying out there. Jam also going in to get rid of those mediums. Well, it's about fuel. It looks like they're all having to go in because of fuel. And Katula as well, peeling off. Noxie managing to stay out there. He's got a bit of fuel in the tank. Digital Blasphemy also not so heavy with that right foot, and he's got the fastest lap so far of this race with a 51.688. So Digital Blasphemy, the man of the hour. Noxie in second place, whilst everyone else is pretty much in the pits. There we go, Wolfbane, he pitted the lap before. Is he going to gain on anyone in the pits? Daz also, the two McLarens both making early stops. And let's have a look how it's shaking out. Wolfbane hasn't got around that first corner again. The pits do not kick out until after the first corner. And Paleshi, the two Ferraris are out. Sline and Sturt. Paleshi ahead of Supra, ahead of Wolfbane. Unbelievable sight we're seeing here. And Supra having to play rear gunner for Paleshi, protect his lead, and they're side by side. No, they're not. Oh, and Wolfbane's looking for a way through. His tyres are already warmed up. It's very tight racing here, my word. And he's got past Supra, but he hasn't got past Paleshi. And Wolfbane could be a net second if he gets past Paleshi. And he's trying, he's going one way, he's going the other, he's going around the outside. Can he make it stick? But Paleshi's got the inside line. Oh my word, they're side by side. And Wolfbane has to just back out of it to let Paleshi through. Paleshi was not giving any quarter there whatsoever. Digital Blasphemy's coming in, as probably will Noxie. And I think Digital Blasphemy may have a lead enough to be able to get out ahead of these guys, because the Ferraris are stuck in this race, which should be slowing them down somewhat. Jam in 6th place there. He's gone for the soft tyre again, GT Racer. He's gone on to the mediums for Bridgestone, and he's ahead of, hang on, let me find out who's dad. Who is dad and who is not. GT Racer. GT Racer is Jar Jar's dad. So Jar Jar up against Daddy. Daddy's got the inside line, and Daddy is through. Daddy's got the line. Daddy is in 7th. Jar Jar in 8th place. Wolfbane is leading. Wolfbane is leading. Is he? Is he? It's the first corner though, don't forget. Digital Blasphemy, no, he's back out on track. Whoo-wee. But Digital Blasphemy has got, Wolfbane has got himself ahead of the Ferraris and has got that McLaren up into 2nd place. Cracking stuff from Danny Wolfbane. Paleshi then in 3rd spot ahead of Supra. And these two, it looks like a lovely in-house battle between the two Ferrari drivers. Reminds me of the days of Lacey and Berger. And it looks absolutely cracking there. I don't know if there has been a pairing that have been allowed to race each other at Ferrari since Lacey and Berger. I'm trying to think. No one was allowed to race Schumacher. I don't think anyone was allowed to race Alonso. And Supra going for the line up the inside, and it's a beautiful line indeed. And Supra takes that 3rd from Paleshi. Jam is in 5th place after the pit stops on his soft tyres. What can he provide now? And you've got Jar Jar. He's blown past Daddy, and he's up into 6th with Daz in 7th. There's Daddy in 8th in the Red Bull. We've got 2 Red Bulls, Linester, GT Racer ahead of Cthulhu, and they can't slow each other down because they've got Noxie after his pit stop right there, right on their chuff, looking for positions for Aston Martin right now. Alexis Maximus on a comeback, but he's got a bit of damage on the back of his car, but he's got 7 seconds on Pat. Pat also doing a cracking job with that early pit stop, got himself ahead of Jim and Dawes after the pit stops. Dawes and Jim, cracking battle from these two, and they're carrying on all the way. We're on lap 11 of 29, and oh my god, Dawes is at an off. Dawes has had a small off now, and Jim gets to breathe a sigh of relief to just have that pressure taken away from him for a short while now. And Digital Blasphemy leading by 4.3 seconds. Somebody stop him. He's gone for the hard tyre though, so it leaves him very vulnerable, whilst Wolfbane out there on his softs. He's gone fastest of all so far with a 51.416, and it's a cracking race there for the McLaren driver. Supra ahead of Peleshi, did a 53.01 last time around. Peleshi doing a 54.3. They've got some 5 seconds down the road till Jam in 5th for Alpine, and he's got 3.5 seconds from Daz, the other McLaren, Landaz in 6th place with Jar Jar in 7th for Williams. I think he's the top Williams driver at the moment. Noxie in 8th for Aston Martin, but he's got Cthulhu. Oh, he's got himself ahead of Cthulhu. He was behind both Red Bulls, was he not? Oh no. Yes, he was behind both Red Bulls, and now he's up into 8th position. Great racing for Noxie with Cthulhu in 9th and GT Racer down in 10th. They've got 20 seconds in hand though before the other Mercedes of Alexis and Maximus. He has opted to go onto the hard tyre for this stint, and he's 15 seconds ahead of the other Aston Martin of Pat, who's gone on to the softs. He had an early pit stop, so he'll be getting prepped ready for another pit stop soon as he slides through the corner. Jim in 13th, trying to catch up. Jim, he's trying to catch up in general after not racing one of these Red Bull standards, and he's stepping in for Matty the Psycho. We're on lap 12. I mean, the leaders might not be by now. I think the leader's just gone over to start lap 13, and there you see Wolfbane on his soft tyres with the fastest lap, last lap with the 51.1, catching right up to Digital Blasphemy, but Digital Blasphemy getting that hard tyre, but I think Wolfbane's got the medium tyre out the way also. He was behind Jam, so he's had an absolute corker. With his pit stops, did he short fill it? It looks like Wolfbane did short fill it there with fuel to make his laptop, so he's gone for track position, and now he's going for real track position. He's going up the inside of Digital Blasphemy. Nothing Digital Blasphemy can do on those hard tyres, and there goes Wolfbane to take the lead of Spa round 2 season 3 of the SNL Formula X, and Wolfbane there running away from Digital Blasphemy. Can he make enough ground up with that shorter fuel tank that Digital Blasphemy has to try and get track position after the pit stops? Digital Blasphemy going out there for the long run on those hard tyres and pretty much a lot of fuel. Peleshi in 3rd, holding station ahead of Supra. He did a 53.7. His teammate did a 53.2, so his teammate a little bit faster at the moment. And these two will have to put the mediums on at some point in the race. Jam already getting that medium run out the way, and he's only 2.5 seconds behind the Ferraris in his Alpine. Daz in 6th in the McLaren, chasing down that battle. He's getting caught up though by, well, I say that, he did a 52.1 his last time around was Daz, whilst Jar Jar did a 53.4 his last time around, so not catching him up quickly enough. Noxie in 8th, still ahead of the 2 Red Bull runners. Cthulhu in 9th with a GT Racer in 10th. Hello Daddy. Alexis Maximus in 11th. With Pat in 12th, Jim in 13th, and Dawes, oh Dawes, I don't know what's going on. It doesn't look like there's anything happening in Dawes' car. It looks like that thing is crook. It's busted and it's gone. So one Alpine out now, and the mechanics are going to have to work on that bad boy before next week, whilst Wolfbane leads the way 4.7 seconds ahead of Digital Blasphemy, who is 4.5 seconds ahead of Peleshi. But Digital Blasphemy on those hard tyres, he's only doing 55s at the moment. Peleshi in the 54s, he's been caught up by Supra. Let's get on board with Supra. It's Ferrari on Ferrari at the moment. Mika in the chat saying Dawes is off for another race somewhere. Oh right, okay, that's bizarre. Was he in the Alpine? That's like Alonso pulling over and saying, right, I've got to go and do some IRL now. But Dawes double booked for tonight, and he's had to go off to have another race elsewhere. Very odd. So Wolfbane leading the way, and what a cracker he's having, a 5.7 second lead. He's got just under a quarter of a tank of fuel, and his racing softs are looking absolutely mint. Digital Blasphemy on those hard tyres, he's 255s, and he's just gone into a 54.3, so he's finding a bit of pace as the fuel drops off that Mercedes. He's 6 seconds adrift of the McLaren right now, but he's 6 seconds ahead of the Ferrari of Peleshi. Supra has fallen back from his teammate, and oh my lord, it looked like he had a little knock on the wall, and Daz has got himself ahead of Jam somewhere along the way, and Daz is chasing himself a Ferrari. So Landaz is a 150, a 1.9 that last time around, and Jam doing a 53. So you see Jam's issues on that last lap. We didn't see it, but his timesheet shows he's 2 seconds down on Daz's time. And Jam trying to stay close to the McLaren, but the McLaren is absolutely flying. He's going to be catching up those Ferraris in a minute, is Daz. And he's only a second away as the Ferraris slow each other down with their battling. Peleshi 5.5 seconds behind Digital Blasphemy now. Supra is near just less than a second behind his teammate. He's backed off a little bit, maybe to cool down his brakes and such what. Daz in 5th, Jam is in 6th for Alpine, Jar Jar 7th for Williams, Noxie is in 8th for Aston Martin, and what a cracker Noxie's having right now. They've got their two Red Bulls together, well, not quite together. There's 6.5 seconds a difference between the two of them, with Cthulhu in 9th and GT Racer in 10th. Alexis Maximus in the Merc, some 14 seconds down the road, but he's going for his hard. Oh, and Wolfbane is coming in early. Oh no, his fuel's out, that's why. And there goes Digital Blasphemy, but he's got to get around that first corner. Can he do it? Well, yes, Wolfbane's not even at his pit crew yet. So Digital Blasphemy retakes the lead in the Mercedes. Said it last week, I'll say it again. Digital Bottas for me is leading the way in car number 69. And he's got the tribute to the marshals, the orange helmet, and he is absolutely flying out there. He's doing it for all the Orange Army out there today, and what a fine job he's doing as well. Peleshi holding on to that second place. This will work brilliant for Ferrari. The Ferrari team, if these two can stay a line astern for this race, but it looks to me like Jam is starting to catch them up. A 54.9 from Jam last time. What happened to Daz? Hang on. Daz down there in 11th. Did he pit? Yes. Sorry. Wow. Daz pitted. That's good. Nothing terrible happened. There goes Pat. Is that his second stop? I believe it's... could be, but he did a 2:03 on lap 12, so I'm not sure. But Pat into the pits for Aston Martin. Digital Blasphemy are leading the way from Peleshi, who's now 1.3 seconds ahead of his teammate Supra. Then you've got Jam up into 4th, Jar Jar in 5th, and Noxie in 6th for Aston Martin. It's great stuff. Cthulhu chasing him down 2.5 seconds adrift of Noxie in that Red Bull. And GT Racer 8th. Wolfbane coming out of the pits in 9th place. Brand new racing soft tyres, 3/4 of a tank of fuel. And he's hunting himself a pair of Red Bulls right now. Alexis and Maximus still driving around on those hard tyres, but that fuel is getting quite low. So Digital Blasphemy, not Digital Blasphemy, sorry, Alexis Maximus will be able to come in and get rid of those hard tyres. Daz, that's Toto. Is Toto not in tonight? He usually says hello in the chat. And Digital Blasphemy out there with those hard tyres on. I just necked my warm beverage to wet the whistle, as they say. Whew, it's hot. So Digital Blasphemy leading the way from Peleshi, 5.3 seconds. Oh, there's some movement back here. No. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's Pat. Sorry. Yes, Pat after the pit stops. Coming out in the fray of it with the leaders, trying to get out of the way as Digital Blasphemy and makes his way around in the lead. Peleshi in 2nd, Supra in 3rd, Jam up into 4th with the Alpine, and he's catching up the guys ahead. Here we see some Jam in his office, showing us what he can do with an Alpine underneath him. It's the lone Alpine now since Dawes had to exit stage left. And since I've been on air, I think someone's just joined, I believe. I don't know. I don't get involved in all that stuff. But there was a welcome to SNL. Whew. So Jam sitting in 4th for Alpine, looking to get himself a podium today. Is it on? Will the Ferraris allow it? They've still got to do their medium run, is it? Let's have a look at the symbol. They're Bridgestone, so yes, they have to do their medium run yet. Whereas Jam has got the medium run out of the way. Digital Blasphemy, he's in the middle of his hard run at the moment. Jar Jar, he's a Michelin, so he's going to have to do a hard run at the moment. Noxie, coming to put a lap on his teammate, Aston Martin's. Going through, and Noxie having a cracker, isn't he? Up to 6th now. And Cthulhu in 7th, Wolfbane in that McLaren. He's just been into the pits. He's already done his medium run, so he doesn't have to put the medium tyres on again for the rest of this race, and he's staying with those soft tyres. And he's waiting for the guys ahead of him to pit. He's only 30 seconds away from Digital Blasphemy, which is around about a pit stop. He's there. If he bangs those laps in, he might find himself ahead of Digital Blasphemy. And GT Racer. Oh, where did I press? What? Yes, there's Wolfbane. He's chasing down a Red Bull. He's already got past a Red Bull of GT Racer, who's doing his medium run right now. And he's 13 seconds ahead of the other McLaren of Daz. Jim in 11th for Williams, stepping in for Matt Psycho. I believe Jim is the team principal. So he's jumped in and he's doing a cracking job getting some points for that team. Alexis and Maximus, he's done his hard run. He's been in, he's put some softs on, and now he's going to try and catch up Jim before the next round of pit stops. And Pat is struggling out there at the moment. Starting on those hards was always going to be a difficult job. Whilst Digital Blasphemy into the rhythm of the race right now. Doing a 53.0, unbelievable stuff. Peleshi doing a 54.6, and his fuel is flashing, so the first Ferrari will need to pit at the end of this lap. The second one won't have to be too far behind him. Jam's fuel also flashing, so they're all going to be coming in. And my word, we've only got 10 laps left of this race. How quick did that go? Jar Jar in 5th for Williams, doing a great job. Car 27, one of my favourite numbers. And it was Charles Villeneuve's number. And it's brilliant. And Digital Blasphemy flying around car 69. It's car number 69. Do you know what 69 is? It's just before 70. So Digital Blasphemy out there leading the way, 7.5 seconds ahead of the Ferraris. He's done his hard run. It's looking very good for Digital Blasphemy to take the double win this evening. The two Ferraris are going to have to drop into the pits. Jam low on fuel as well, closing in on those guys in car number 7. And what a fight we're going to have for the podium here. Jar Jar not too far behind as well, but he has to pit also with a low fuel. Noxie's doing a cracking job on fuel save, doing brilliantly in 6th for Aston Martin. And he really is the poster boy for Aston Martin right now. What a good looking chap he is as well. And there they go, the top. Oh, no, sorry, is it because I said you were good looking, Noxie? He nearly lost it over the curves there. But Digital Blasphemy, his fuel is flashing, but he's decided to take another lap, get the best use out of those hard tyres whilst he can. Noxie up into 2nd place, and Wolfbane coming through. He'd done the fastest lap on lap 19 at 51.089, and he is absolutely beasting it out there right now, and he's definitely up into 3rd. Sorry, I was waiting for people to come out of the pits, but I don't think anyone has yet. And there is GT Racer in the Red Bull, so that must mean Cthulhu pitted, and a couple of us ahead of him. Daz now in the other McLaren, coming through in 5th, and Jam still not joined the track yet. There is Paleshi, there is Supra, and there is Jam. They're all out ahead. Oh no, there's the Williams. They're all coming out now. And Jim just coming around out of the chicane onto the start straight in 11th, ahead of Alexis and Maximus. But Alexis Maximus probably should have pitted, but he thinks he can squeeze another lap out of that. Oh no, that's Jim, sorry. Alexis Maximus, yeah, there he is. In 12th with Pat in 13th. Whew. So, Digital Blasphemy, he's going to drop into the pits at the end of this lap, in about 2 seconds. As he gets to the chicane, we'll see him peel off as, well, Noxie might take another lap, you know, out there. 17 seconds behind Digital Blasphemy. There goes Digital Blasphemy. He's into the pits to grab himself a set of mediums. We've only got 9 laps left, so this will be the final set of pit stops. And there, the Orange Army tribute, ready to make their pit stop. Noxie also coming in. Will this put Wolfbane into the lead? Does he have to make another stop? A quarter of a tank of fuel. I believe he might have to make a quick splash dash before the checkered flag. We will see. But so far the McLaren looks good to start to take the lead. He's following the lapped car of Pat around, and there he goes. He's through. He's up into the lead of this race. Wolfbane, you go, brother. Super stuff. So Wolfbane takes the lead as he goes through Eau Rouge, and there is the other McLaren looking like it's going to come through. No, Digital Blasphemy back out on track with his softs and a full tank of fuel. He is going for the end of the race, and Wolfbane 16.5 seconds ahead of him at the moment, and Daz only 1.5 seconds behind. But I'm not sure about those McLarens. They're quite low on fuel. They may need to come in again. Paleshi, yes, they've gone for the mediums. Have the Ferraris for the final stint, and Jam also, he's done his medium run. He's on the softs, and he is going to be attacking hard for the final podium position in his Alpine. Cracking stop. Noxie in 7th. He's found Pat on, oh no, he's got Jar Jar right up his chop. My word, Jar Jar on a move at the moment. He's on the hard tyre though. It's going to be a struggle to fight against Noxie, did Noxie not go in? Noxie must have gone into the pits. So Noxie went in, and he's also on the hards. They're all putting the second tyre on, compulsory tyre, for the end of the race. The Michelin boys saving them hard tyres for the end, unlike the Mercedes boys who put them on early doors. Catula out there on his medium tyres. Alexis Maximus doing that early hard run has earned him a couple of places there. He's got himself ahead of GT Racer, who is on the softs. Have we seen him on the mediums yet? I'm not sure, you know. We may have done. I can't keep track of it that closely. Jim, he's out there on those hards. And he's lost a little bit of pace there from GT Racer, and Pat there is only 23 seconds behind Jim. He's on those soft tyres. If he cracks on, gets his head down, he might be able to catch up the Williams before the end of the race. Meanwhile, Wolfbane is leading, but that fuel is dropping. He's got a 20-second lead on Digital Blasphemy, and there you can see Daz is haranguing the Mercedes of Digital Blasphemy. He's trying to make a move, and can he do it? Come on, Landaz. He just can't quite get enough, and Digital Blasphemy covering off that inside line, and that's it. Digital Blasphemy stays in second. Daz there. He's got good fuel though, but it's not going to be enough to get him to the end. And Daz going back again. It's side by side going around the corner. Daz has got that inside line, and he's through. Landaz, he's up. He's into second. He may have to pit again, but he's got himself a McLaren 1-2 out there for now, and that is a super duper. Digital Blasphemy down into third, but he just has to stay like cool as a cucumber, because the two cars ahead of him will have to pit, and Digital Blasphemy can just cruise on home for a win. Paleshi in fourth with Supra in fifth, and there is Jam catching up these bad boys on board with Jam. And he's also helmet reflecting our thoughts with the tragedy at Brands Hatch on Saturday. Wolfbane is into the pits. Jack in the chat saying, I'm here. Hi Jack, thank you for joining us in the stream. I definitely didn't forget. Oh, did you forget that we streamed this evening? It's alright Jack, you can watch it all back. And oh, Jam late on the brakes. Oh, I thought there was going to be a clash there. Jam trying to get out of it. And my word, that was close call. Whew, Jam's heart right now is in his either butt or in his mouth, one or the two. Daz leading the way there, and we're on lap 23, but that is not going to see Daz all the way to the end. Digital Blasphemy is in second place with Paleshi ahead of the Supra. They're trying to do their medium run right now, and Supra is probably sick to the sight of the back of that Ferrari, and he wants that third place. A little bit of in-house fighting between the two drivers here. It is beautiful to see the two Ferraris. A line astern looking absolutely great. Supra just backing off a little bit, doesn't want to rear-end his friend, his teammate, and his good buddy. Jam in fifth after having to get out of that move. He just got sucked into the back of that Ferrari. Wolfbane out of the pits. 3/4 of a tank of fuel and soft tyres. He's got to try and catch Jam up. And the two Ferraris, none of the guys are pitting ahead of him, bar Daz possibly. And there's Daz's fuel, it is flashing. It's going to be a struggle for Daz as he makes his way around, and Digital Blasphemy coming back at the McLaren driver as they make their way around on lap 23 of 29. We're nearly 45 minutes into this race. Wow, how quick. And Paleshi and Supra, they've made a move. Supra made a move on Paleshi. Looks like Paleshi's having an issue right now. Paleshi's having an issue, and now Jam is having a move as well. Jam up it's side by side, they're banging wheels. Paleshi is holding on to that line, but Jam is in a better position. because he's got those super sticky tyres on, but Peleschi is making him work for it as they get to the chicane, and Wolfbane is playing. This is playing right into Wolfbane's hands. He's loving this, absolutely loving this. This is the battle. Oh, Peleschi, the back end swung out on him, and there goes Daz is into the pit. Sorry, keeping track of everything is a lot of work here. Okay, I'm doing a lot, and there you go, nearly 3 wide coming out of the source. It's got Peleschi, Jam and Wolfbane. Wolfbane's going for the absolute full move, and there's Wolfbane. They're coming up to Rouge. You're going to have to work out who's first and who's last. Whoa! A little bit of contact between Jam and Wolfbane having to get out of it, and whoa! Peleschi trying to make a move, but he didn't realise that Wolfbane was alongside him, and it's all action here for 3rd place. And so far, Jam, Peleschi and Wolfbane all line astern, trying to fight for that final podium position. This race is absolutely cracking stuff. Digital Blasphemy nearly 17 seconds ahead of everyone. He's coming home with a canter. He's peacocking it. He's got a swagger. He's swaggering. So Digital Blasphemy in the lead with Supra in 2nd place, but Supra his race is not that safe. That 2nd place is not in his back pocket yet. He's on the medium tyres where he's being chased by Jam on the softs. Then Peleschi and Wolfbane battling it out, and Wolfbane on those softs. He'll be coming for the Ferrari driver as when and anytime soon. He's just got to get a nice move up the inside. He's waiting to see an open door. In 6th, we've got Noxie keeping his head down on those hard tyres, and yes, and the Williams behind him of Jar Jar also on the hard tyres. You've got the medium-clad Cthulhu following around for 8th place. Lexus Maximus in 9th for the Mercedes. Daz, after his pit stop, he's got the medium tyres on, but they're fresher than Lexus Maximus's softs. Oh, Lexus Maximus is going to have to make a pit stop. He's just got the fastest lap of the race, a 50.8, but he's going to have to come into the pits. Oh no, is he going to run out of fuel before he gets there? There's a long way to go, and there is no red whatsoever on that tank. He's got 3.5 seconds on GT Racer, the other Red Bull, but oh, it's going to be tight. He seems to be okay at the moment. No, oh, he's going into the corner. I think he just about made that last, I'm not sure. But there he goes, Alexis Maximus dropping it into the pits. It says 0 fuel on that, my gosh. So Digital Blasphemy, the Mercedes driver, showing us how it is done, how you win Spa. Both times in a Porsche and in a Formula X car. A Red Bull standard, but we'll call it a Formula X car. Supra still holding on to that 2nd place. He's only 1.5 seconds ahead of Jam. And Jam on a flyer with those soft tyres, but he's less than a second ahead of Wolfbane. Wolfbane has got ahead of the Ferrari. The Ferrari's opting to put those medium tyres on for the last stint, and it left them very, very open for Jam and the McLaren. Wolfbane behind him. Noxie in 6th. He's on the hard tyres, as is the Williams of Jar Jar. So they're keeping in line astern. A 55.04 Noxie last time around, with Jar Jar doing a 54.9. Barely anything in it between the two of them, only a second apart. There is Cthulhu in 8th in his Red Bull. He's the reigning champion so far of Formula X, but this season has not started as well for him. He's on the medium tyres, and he's only 3.5 seconds ahead of Daz, who's also on the medium tyres, but they're a lot fresher than Cthulhu's. We've got 4 laps left of racing here. GT Racer in 10th place. In the other Red Bull, then we have Alexis Maximus with his splash and dash in 11th. Just ahead of Jim. Jim only 2 seconds behind him in the Williams, and Pat some 30 seconds behind in 13th in the Aston Martin. Whew. Okay. We're all chilled out at the moment. We're all just mellow as we watch Digital Blasphemy just poodle around. Some 20-second lead Digital Blasphemy has managed to pull out in this race, with Supra 7/10 ahead of Jam. He's on those medium tyres. He did a 55.7 his last time around. Jam did a 55.2. He's a lot quicker on his softs, but those softs will start falling away from him in the next 3 laps. And there is Wolfbane. Wolfbane wants the podium. He's worked for it. He earned it, he believes. So Wolfbane pushing hard on to get ahead of Jam, as Jam is pushing to get ahead of the Ferrari, and the Ferrari on the medium tyres. It could be a sitting duck if they can get a whiff up the inside of him. He's going to have to make that Ferrari as wide as possible when they catch him up. If they catch him up. I say when, or if it is when, because Jam is only 3/10 behind him. Let's get on board with Jam. If we look behind, you can see Wolfbane looming large, and behind them they've got Peleshi hoping and praying that they all take each other out so he can just cruise on through for that second spot as they come along the straightest part of Spa. Is it Blanchelot? Kemmel Straight? No, not Kemmel Straight, sorry, it is Blanchelot. Into the chicane. Oof. And there you can see Jam looking right underneath the rear wing of that Ferrari. He's lined up that inside line. He's going to break into the open space. Can he do it? No. No, they're just too far back as they go through La Source. And now they are heading towards Eau Rouge. And Wolfbane is right there. Wolfbane wants a piece of action. Oh my lord. They're going up through Eau Rouge and Radion along Kemmel Straight now. And there is Wolfbane having a very close look at the Jam, and Jam cannot attack the Ferrari whilst he's trying to defend from the McLaren. The McLaren looking up the inside, no, as they come through Les Combes. Oh my word, it's a cracking race as they head down to Bruxelles. Gaz in the chat saying, come on Supra. So they go around Mont through the corner with no name, the worst corner in the world. There they go, no problems for these guys. And they head towards Pouin. And Jamie just cannot close in on that Ferrari, whilst Wolfbane keeping him honest. And now we're heading towards Campus Stavelot. Coupe pour Frere along Blanchemont, ending up at the chicane, and that is a lap of Spa-Francorchamps. There we go, what a beautiful sight. And we've dropped Wolfbane, and now Jam can concentrate more on the Ferrari, and Peleshi is not that far behind them guys, and Noxie's not far behind them. And he's still maintaining that second and a half ahead of the Williams. But Digital Blasphemy, 25 seconds ahead of the Ferrari in the lead of this round 2 of the Formula X Season 3. What a race Digital Blasphemy has had. Supra, he's just maintaining that lead for second place ahead of Jam. And he's only got to do it 2 more times, this lap and next lap, and he can get himself a beautiful podium position. But Jam's got to defend from Wolfbane. Wolfbane up the side of Jam, my word. The toe did it brilliantly for the McLaren, and now the McLaren is ahead of Jam, and Jam has lost out on that podium, but there's still 2 laps to go. So anything, it could be anyone's game. Peleshi keeping the track of those guys ahead of him. Don't forget the Ferraris are finishing off their stints on the medium, so Supra is doing an absolute stand-up job out there. But now Wolfbane is hunting him. Jam and Wolfbane taking it in turns to have a pop at the Ferrari driver. And the Ferrari driver staying cool as you like. But Wolfbane really on a push now. Jack in the chat saying, gave the way, put your back into it. And Jack saying, yes, Wolfbane. So Wolfbane up into 3rd, Jam in 4th, Peleshi in 5th, Noxie holding on to that 6th ahead of Jar Jar. Then in 7th we've got Gadula. Gadula's lost it, and Daz just goes flying through. My lord, I tell you what, I need to see that. In-car. Did that? No. Have I run out of... Oh, I've run out of replays. Rubbish. Oh well. But Daz did a cracking job there. And GT Racer has got himself ahead as well. And Catula dropping down to 10th. His fuel's starting to run out. What's he going to do? Can he make that last lap? I don't know. Cthulhu might have to come in for a splash and dash. In 11th, we've got Alexis and Maximus. So there's another position ahead, but that's 43 seconds behind Cthulhu. Jim in 12th. 18 seconds shy of Alexis Maximus, and Pat in 13th on his final lap. Oh, Digital Blasphemy's on the final lap. Around about halfway through as well. So, no, Wolfbane's up alongside Supra. Wolfbane is on a real tear on this last lap now. Wolfbane up into second, the Ferrari down into third, Jam in fourth. Jam still only half a second behind that Supra, the Ferrari. And it's all changed. Wolfbane coming from nowhere after his pit stop and absolutely flying. Digital Blasphemy flying the most. But Wolfbane getting that second place on the final lap, with Supra still in a podium position, with Jam trying. But Jam's fuel's flashing. It's enough for the last lap, I'm sure. Peleschi also hoping something goes wrong for the Alpine driver. Oh, no. Peleschi lost the back end, and Jam trying to avoid. Jam's off. Oh, my word. So Supra stays in third. Peleschi grabs fourth. Noxie up into fifth. Jar Jar sixth, and Jam's trying to get the car straight again. Oh, my word. It looked like he came across the Ferrari rather quickly. Had to take avoiding action, and he ended up meeting the barrier. And Digital Blasphemy's crossed the line. Congratulations, Digital Blasphemy. Wolfbane's coming home to get that second place for McLaren. And what a job he's done today also. Wolfbane crossing the line in second place, and Supra grabbing that final third position. Brilliant stuff, well done. Peleschi in fourth. Noxie grabbing fifth for Aston Martin. Jar Jar grabbing sixth for Williams. Daz has got himself ahead of Jam, and he's maintaining in the McLaren. It's great for McLaren's constructors. And there goes Landaz in seventh, with Jam finishing in eighth. GT Racer, the top Red Bull, finishing in ninth. Cthulhu, he did get that fuel to last. Congratulations, Cthulhu, that's amazing. And he comes through the chicane to grab a 10th spot. I think Pat's probably already finished there's 10th. Alexis and Maximus are bringing the second Mercedes home for 11th place. He just comes up to the chicane and makes it through for 11th spot. Cracking stuff from Alexis and Maximus. And then we've got Jim in the Williams. Oh, he's low on fuel, but he should make it home. And Jim doing a stand-up job, having to jump into the fray, as Matt had a Pilates lesson tonight, so couldn't make it. And there goes Jim crossing for 12th. Digital Blasphemy, what a job, what a cracking job. I know you can't see that because Jam's sending a load of... Oh no, it's not Jam, it's another group sending. I've got to learn how to. And there you go. Congratulations to Digital Blasphemy. Well done. Super stuff. Yeah, all that blurry stuff to someone else sending messages. I've got to work out how to disable that when I'm streaming. I apologise, guys. Let's have a look at your race results. Hoo-wee! So, Digital Blasphemy, a cracking job tonight. Double win from the Porsches to the Red Bull standards. What a job Digital Blasphemy has done. Spa is definitely his track. And a beautiful tribute for all of the marshals of the world that give up their time so we can enjoy the real life racing. And a tribute to the tragedy that happened at Brands this weekend. Wolfbane, wow, grabbing that second place. Did not see that coming. He came from nowhere. And Wolfbane finishing for McLaren in second spot. Beautiful stuff. Really, really. Supra in the Ferrari, grabbing that final podium position. I salute you, sir. So Supra, a great job for Ferrari. And Peleschi, the second Ferrari, coming home in fourth place. A great job for Ferrari in those constructors. Then we have Noxie in fifth. He had a lovely, absolute solid drive today. Noxie in the Aston Martin and getting a great 5th place for his work. 6th for Jar Jar, beating Daddy. Yeah. And Landaz in 7th for the McLaren team. We have Jam. He just came across a Ferrari, I think, so quickly. Tried to get out of the way and ended up in a barrier and losing a big bunch of positions for that in the Alpine, finishing down in 8th, but it keeps the championship very much alive for the constructors. GT Racer, the top Red Bull driver, finishing in 9th, and they really need to spend some of their tokens on getting that car further up the grid. Catula in 10th, Alexis and Maximus in the 2nd Mercedes, finishing in 11th. Jim grabbing himself 12th in standing in for Matty Psycho whilst he was at a Pilates class, and Pat finishing in 13th. We lost doors pretty much just, I don't know, early on in the race with a DNF. Car just absolutely exploded and then disappeared from our screens. And Alexis Maximus got your fastest lap with a 150.867 on the last lap. Is that on lap 29? That was a fantastic round. In the chats we have Jack Metcalf. I think I read that one saying, pave the way, put your back into it. You can do it, put your back into it. You can do it, put your back into it. Jack also saying, yes, Wolfbane. Pat saying, the console settings have an option to hide notifications and disable updates. I turn mine to stop updates while I'm racing. Good call, Pat. I will look into that. And Mama Syke says, thanks, guys. Thanks, Jim. And, of course, the thing. Thank you. Oh, the thingy. She did put a thingy, a Y on it. But I like the thing, like from Fantastic Four. I look a little bit like him as well. Whew. Well, thank you guys. That was absolutely crack-a-lacking fun. I can't think of anything better to do of a Sunday evening than watch those nutters try and drive round extremely fast at Spa-Francorchamps. I say join us next week, but I think I'm double booked. So we'll be streaming on the replays, if that's all cool with you guys. I know it's not as much fun as the live situation, but it's the best I can offer you, I'm afraid. So, well, I don't know, will it be Mondays? Possibly Monday nights? Probably Monday nights. So keep an eye out for us then with the Porsches and the Formula X. Thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you guys. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Anita Bang. It's been beautiful. Peace and love to you all, and stay safe. Bye.